Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm going to be making yet another exciting recipe for you today. And like many other ones, this one's also dear to my heart for a different reason. So my uncle in North Carolina in the US, Raghu uncle, right? He taught me this recipe. It's a total invention. It's not a dish that's regular or you'll find anywhere else. It is something he made up, and I have made my own variation to it just to adapt to my taste. And it's a wonderful dish. It's called mushroom chicken because we just didn't get a better name, right? So mushroom chicken it is. That's what we're making today. Very simple, basic ingredients. So if you're a vegetarian, make this with potatoes. You can make it with potatoes because potatoes and mushrooms also are a very good combination if you haven't tried it yet. But today I'm using chicken because the kids like chicken. So I have over here some chicken legs, and let's get a closer look. So I have some chicken legs, and these legs have been scored, and I have about 10 of them in my pan ready to go, cleaned and cut. And I have some mushrooms and some garlic. You have green chilies, use any one. If you like spicy, use a spicier one. If you have milder peppers, that's fine too. And then there's some bay leaves, some whole pepper, and some cloves, right? That's the basic idea. And of course, we have some onions as well. Use onions of your choice, red onion, yellow onion, doesn't matter. The whole idea of the recipe is because of an invention, you can do what you want. And I have some dahi or yogurt curd over here that's beaten up with some water to make it a little thin. And then here's the most important part. So I have cans of mushroom soup. These are easy to get outside of India, the Campbell's mushroom soup. But even in India, you get cream of mushroom soup that works just fine. So for the first step, we have a chicken that's cleaned, has been slit or scored, so the flavors get into the chicken. And to that, I'm going to add some whole garlic. Now, garlic is something I love, right? If you ask me, there's absolutely no such thing as too much garlic. But I have a whole big chunk over here, maybe 20, 25. And feel free. It's all, again, this is a very versatile recipe. Flexible, like Anu would say, flexible. So, let's be flexible, right? So we're going to add the garlic. Then we add our green chilies. And there's no set method, just throw them anywhere in the dish you want. That's the beauty of this. And then I have some onions, and this may be too many. So what I'm going to do is add these onions all over, and these have been cut into quarters, they're large onions. So we're going to just toss them randomly around. Okay, that looks good. And then mushrooms, again, this is mushroom chicken, so be generous. I'm going to add all of these mushrooms in here. And that's quite a bit, but it adds a lot of flavor. And remember, mushrooms are an ingredient now. It looks this big now, but obviously when you cook them, they're going to shrink, right? So they'll shrivel up. So that's step one done. So for step two, we're going to move over here. Oh, one last step. I forgot these little bay leaves. So the bay leaves are quite large, so I'm just going to cut them into a couple of pieces. And again, randomly toss them around. Okay. Now we'll move to our sauce that's going to go over this. And for that sauce, I have my beaten dahi or yogurt. We'll put that in a pan that's large enough so you can just mix it together. So I have a square one here. If you have a round one, doesn't matter, either way. And then I have some pepper and some cloves. We'll toss that in there. Give it a quick stir. And I added whole pepper, but I also want to grind some pepper in there because ground pepper, gives it a different flavor than whole pepper. And the whole pepper, usually people don't eat it. It's just for infusing the dish. So that should do it with my pepper. And now mushroom soup cans, right? These cans, they already have salt in them. So be careful with the amount of salt that you add. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt in here. If I can get it out, there you go. Okay. So I'd say about half a teaspoon of salt should be enough for this. And this is all depends on your taste. If you like more salt, feel free. But for me, half a teaspoon is more than enough. And then, of course, my mushroom soup cans. We'll throw that in there. Oh, that came out real clean. And then I'll need about 2 mushroom soup cans because I have that much chicken. So we're going to toss that in there. And now we need to stir this up and make it a nice even mixture. Now, when I added the curd and the soup mix, it was quite thick. So I also added 1 cup of water. And again, just use your judgment when you're making this dish. So you want a nice thick consistency, but not too thick, not too runny either. So this looks perfect to me. It's more like a nice soup here. So we take this now and we just pour it over our chicken, mushroom, onion, garlic, chili mixture, right? Now, just as a side note, Raghu uncle, when he made this, he never really added dahi to it. But I like the little element of tart, so it gives it a nice kick. He also didn't add green chilies, but we're Indian, right? We're desi, so we like everything a bit spicy. So I started adding the green chili to it. I noticed it gives a good flavor. Now, if you like, you can also toss this by hand till everything mixes, but you don't really have to, because the next step for this is we're going to put this in the oven, and it's going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade. And after 30 minutes, we will mix it up and then cook it for another 30 minutes or so at the same temperature until the chicken is done. So we're gonna walk, and my camera is moving with me. Ooh, okay, she's moving with me. She's doing a good job. And today, by the way, this is not Amara recording; it's Anu recording, right? So that's the difference. So we put it in the oven in the middle shelf at 180 degrees. That's hot, and let it sit for 30 minutes. And make sure you stir it after 30 minutes. That's a very important step. And I didn't mention this to you, but we are in Naples, Florida, at the Sachdev residence. It's a beautiful place. It's night outside. If not, I would have panned the camera and showed you the beach. Gorgeous setting. So cooking is even more enjoyable in a place like this, right? Okay, so I cooked this for 30 minutes. Then I mixed it like I told you I would. And then 30 more minutes, actually 45 minutes. I put it for 45 minutes just to get nice brown texture. So take a look. And this is what it looks like when it's done. And it's still bubbling in places. You can see a few bubbles coming out here and there. And it's nice and hot. This is best eaten with some nice hot butter rice, just like you would a chicken stroganoff or a mushroom stroganoff. Hot butter rice, some perfect mushroom chicken, and life is set, right? So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.